ओके, कैमरा रोलिंग। सो थैंक यू मौसी मौसा, आपने इतने बड़े इनिशिएटिव के लिए समय दिया, और ये हम सबके सहयोग से। पर पहले मैं आपको बैकग्राउंड बताता हूँ कि इसका हमने सोचा किस तरह। हमने सोचा इस तरह कि जब मार्च में लास्ट ईयर लॉकडाउन हुआ, और मार्च में हुआ, और मई में पापा की डेथ एनिवर्सरी थी और बर्थडे दोनों थी। तो फिर हमने सोचा कि क्यों ना सब लोगों को अप्रोच किया जाए कि लॉकडाउन के समय में सब घर पे होंगे, शायद अपना समय दे पाएं। और हमने सोचा था शायद 6-7 लोग देंगे, कुछ मिला के 6-7 रिस्पॉन्सेज आएंगे, बट आज की तारीख तक कोई 80-85 प्लस रिस्पॉन्सेज आ गए हैं।
Oh my God.
तो विच मतलब इसलिए लगता ही है कि शायद वो सभी के दिलों में आज भी उसी तरह जिंदा है जैसे वो 25 साल पहले थे। तो जो एक कॉमन थीम हमने इसमें रखी कि सबसे थोड़ा सा यही पूछा जाए कि जैसे जो लोग इतने ज्यादा परिचित नहीं थे, पर जैसे आप लोग तो इतने ज्यादा परिचित और इतने क्लोजली एसोसिएटेड थे, तो मतलब पहला सवाल तो क्या, मैं तो ये कहूंगा कि कुछ पुरानी यादें आप दोनों की अलग अलग जो फर्स्ट टाइम रही हो, प्लस ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ जैसे आप लोग की जर्नी उनके साथ में चली, तो क्या क्या कुछ यादें अगर उससे रिलेटेड हैं तो उसके बारे में बताएं।
Well, I was only impressed with one thing. Dr. Saab, he was very particular of time. In time, in the sense, not that he was punctual of time, but he did not like to waste time. You know, he was very conservative with the time. He did not like to, you know, I used to see him in meeting. People will come in your home in the morning. He will just leave. He go to his work exactly the same time. He never. Also, whenever we came, he always made sure with his busy schedule, and he never wanted to leave his dispensary, but he always came to pick us up at the airport.
Anytime.
And he will leave in the morning, early morning, and most of the flights came in the morning, you know, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and he was always there, but then he will come back. Only one time, Anil, he did that, a rare thing, that he came to drop us off, and I don't know why he decided to stay at Mamaji's home. He slept, and of course, you know, those cramped quarters, you know, there was nothing. So I slept with him on a वो तख्त रहता था उनके यहाँ, kitchen भी था उसके बगल में. You know, this is in the that I don't know what they call. No, it's not old. No, Papa Nagar. जो बड़ा quarter था ना जिसमें secretariat level के लोग रहते थे. हाँ. So he did that, and then another thing was that I don't know. He never asked anybody to do any favor for him. You know, people ask him, "Bhai, ye kaam kara do, wo kara do," and he was always going for other people. You know, just trying to do charity work. कि चाहे वो जानते हो किसी को नहीं. तो मेरे साथ let me finish. So one incident I remember. गर्मियों में हम लोग आए हुए थे, तो मेरी एक भांजी थी लखनऊ में, and she used to be teaching music in Unnao. So Lucknow to Unnao is not far, about 20 miles or 25 miles. But she was taking a train. It was a little inconvenient. All the way you go, get up in the morning, you have to reach there at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock train. She has to cook the food for husband, children. Then, so I said, मैंने कहा कि डॉक्टर साहब वो ऐसा है कि आप किसी को जानते हो? क्या लगा जानते का चलो तो let's go. तो हम लोगों ने फौरन रिक्शा में बैठे. So he went to a place about he was जिसके यहाँ गए थे वो कमिश्नर थे of Meerut, you know, because Meerut is being the regional headquarters. There's a commissioner, not district magistrate, I think it's called. तो वहाँ बातचीत की उन्होंने कहा ठीक है मैं जानता नहीं बस के मेरे फ्रेंड है और IAS officer, he handles it, and हम लोग चले आए and मैं नाम वाम दे आया था मैंने कुछ. But after a year, you know, it gone by, you know, I didn't pay any attention what happened. And she did get transferred to Lucknow, you know. So, डॉक्टर साहब का ऐसी था उठ पे चले हम जानते तो नहीं हो, देखो कोशिश करते करने में क्या है, अगर वहां नहीं होगा तो हो जाएगा. Like he didn't do for anything for you, you know, when you wanted to go to medical school or something. And I think that was the thing really hard because there are a lot of people who could have helped, but anyway. He was just such a proud man that he never wanted anybody to help him. And he always thought that he should do himself, his children should on their own merit or something. He would not make. And he knew in India, it's common, everybody uses some kind of influence. Even for when you are still acceptable credentials, still people use influence because you don't know what happened. So that is the one thing I remember for him. Of course, being BG used to come every 2 years now because when our financial condition was better. Before we used to come every 4 years. And so our association was, just very little with the family. We were more into the family affairs than anything else. But he's the guy who had a lot of influence for me also. That look at this guy, he's doing all his life for other people, even family members, He gave up everything for his family. And of course, he suffered personally. But I guess you made it up. We are very proud of you, Akhil, that you just personify exactly what he was. So keep the tradition,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that just keep the Dr. Saab tradition that he was such a great man. Okay, you want to say something?
No, it's okay. For me, I don't know. When Gigi got married, I was very young, very, very young. But what impressed me about him, he was so loving. He was so loving and down to earth. I mean, there was such a difference between the class-wise and whatever. Rich family, we were lower middle class, but we never felt that we are low or whatever. And they just treated us as their own brothers, sisters, and Babaji, Baoji, whole family in Haripriya. And I really grew up kind of until I got married with your family. And Gigi Dono, they were very much instrumental for keep us, feeling that way. रात के टाइम आ जाते थे, कितनी बार के चलो चाय पीने चलते हैं, कॉफी पीने चलते हैं, चलो आइसक्रीम खा के लेके आते हैं, पान खा के आते हैं. I mean, any time, मूवी में जाके बैठ जाओ, प्यार इतना ज्यादा प्यार किया है उनको मैं बता नहीं सकती थी. I really miss him still today. So many times we talk about him that भगवान जी इतनी जल्दी बुला लिया.
Well, that's one thing is that good people are always taken away from this world. I have lost a lot of friends I knew, and they went away very early age, and they were such nice people. I wish I could be half as good, but I don't know what it does. This dichotomy is that the people who are good, God has more purpose for them. I guess I don't know why.
Yeah. But he did in his life, short life, he did a lot. So I guess से भगवान ऐसे बहुत ही कम लोग आते हैं संसार में आते हैं जो कि they touch so many lives without talking about it, without talking कि that मैंने ये किया है, मैंने वो किया है, मेरा नाम यहाँ जाए, मैंने वो दिया है, never,
But so, not only that, Doctor, you have kept the tradition. We're so proud of you and Ritu. When we feel comfortable, we come live in that house. We have a different kind of living, standard. You have come, but we stay at your home, but we get that pleasure and the love. In spite of the fact that we are sometimes not comfortable, personally, but that comfort is all. You are sleeping in the night. What difference it makes?
The whole day, talk and चाय चलती है. I mean, these are like just like.
मौसा आप लोग ज्यादा कंसिस्टेंट है ना. बेगम बाग में भी गद्दे पे सोते थे, यहाँ भी आपको तकलीफ नहीं होती गद्दे पे सोने में.
Absolutely.
But because the love they provided for us, we never have here. That's why we keep coming to India back.
Family.
That the love, अब वो हमारा लड़का है देवेंद्र, he's so happy to go to India. Samir doesn't want to go, but because when he came, I don't know whether there was some experience happening. Yeah, his kids are grown, so he doesn't want to expose them to in that kind of food climate and all that. But so then Deven is ready. That when are we going to India? I said, well, let the COVID go, we will go.
Okay.
हाँ मौसी, मैं ये थोड़ा सा ये भी आपसे समझना चाह रहा था, जब ये इनका रिश्ता हुआ होगा तो हमारी नाना जी और नानी जी का क्या रिएक्शन रहा होगा, फैमिली में क्या रिएक्शन रहा होगा? क्योंकि मम्मी से जो मैं सुनता हूँ वो एग्जैक्टली जो आपने बोला कि एटलीस्ट परसेप्शन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से फैमिलीज दोनों बहुत अच्छी थी, बट आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं ये बात रही होगी कि भी ये थोड़े लैंडलॉर्ड टाइप के लोग हैं, आपकी फैमिली बहुत एजुकेशनिस्ट रही, और मतलब नाना जी की फैमिली इतनी फ्रीडम फाइटर्स और वो सब रहे, तो कुछ उस तरह की बात याद है कि वो कैसे संजोग कैसे हुआ होगा?
मैं बताती हूँ, मुझे बहुत अच्छी तरह याद है। Even though I was like 13 or 14 that time, that जिया जी की शादी तय हुई थी. Again, you are saying there are two different kind of families, but the basic thing was they were very humanitarian type of family. Even your Dadaji and all that, they were very rich people, but they cared for people with a good heart, good family, संस्कारी हो, खानदानी हो. तो जब जीजी का रिश्ता आया था और विष्णु भाई साहब थे वो लेके आए थे, आई रिमेम्बर द प्रोफेसर विष्णु जी, हमारे बाबूजी ने मना कर दिया था because he was not very comfortable कि भाई लोकली रहते हुए इतना, I mean there's a campus so big, you know, बट सबने ये कहा कि नहीं नहीं वो लोग इतने अच्छे हैं, बहुत प्यार से रहेगी तुम्हारी लड़की वहाँ पे. एंड
यार नहीं, सवाल ये था कि
और लोग क्या कहेंगे,
how would we treat, because we cannot, I mean, you know, yeah.
But going again from Babaji, they just loved Gigi right away, you know. Of course, Gigi is nice, you know, but and Jiaji, of course, he was right behind her. So, but I tell you a few things about when they were engaged for 1 year. I think I put the email, the text I've sent you. That was a fun part for us because Jiaji used to come only in his medical breaks, medical break time, and so we should all meet at the Eves for the movie. 20 of us, like Mira BBC family, Ajit Bhai Sahab, everybody, Manu Yamni Yamti. So सब बैठ जाते थे, जैसे लाइट बंद होती थी, everybody get up, put easy eye together, and I had to see that they try to hold their hand in the dark and all that, you know. And then one time Jiaji का accident हो गया था उसकी motorbike से, and he has a big scar here, मतलब बेचारे. तो again, Gigi was not supposed to go to my Dadaji's घर, and then Jiaji cannot come to our house, so they met at Mira Bibi's place, you know. So you know, I could see the love forming between both of them, and all. They would hold hands without nobody's looking and all that. So, and he was just wonderful. He was just the Jiaji जैसा तो कोई है ही नहीं, really, honestly.
He talked very little. He didn't talk.
He was smile,
He was
but he used to talk from his eyes. I don't know if you felt that or not. I mean, he will look at ऐसे बैठ जाते थे. हम लोग गाने वाना गाते रहते, देखते रहते. अच्छा, मैं एक शेर मैं भी सुनाऊंगा, फिर उसमें शेर सुनाते थे बैठ करके. और चाहे कितना भी हो, 9 बजे अपने ऊपर चले जाए. जैसे इन्होंने कहा था मौसा ने, ये बस सो पाबंद, टाइम कितने पाबंद थे कि 9 बजे हम लोग तो 2 बजे बैठ के गाने तूने गाए बैठ के 25 गाने 2 बजे.
And you used to take me out. We used to be out till 11, 12 o'clock. वो अपने सारे friends के, because वो दारू पीने वाले हमारे लिए चाहिए, तो वो ले जाया करते. पता नहीं कौन कौन लोग थे. I remember one time we sat in a car and this guy was attorney, and he had a big bottle of booze, you know, scotch in his hand, and he's driving the car and drinking.
Oh my gosh.
He scared the hell out of me.
तो पापा भी उस गाड़ी में थे?
हाँ, मोदी नगर गए थे हम वहां से. मोदी नगर नहीं, वो जो टायर की फैक्ट्री है तुम्हारे, वो क्या है जहाँ तुम्हारा सिनेमा था, वहां मोदीपुरम, वहां तक ड्राइव करके पता नहीं क्यों गए थे रात को 11 बजे और शराब पीते थे और लौट के आए. He was very scared. He didn't like that.
He did not like drinking at all, and I mean, even Mari wedding, there was no drink and all that because he was totally against the principle for drinking and all that, you know. So that's what it was. So, yeah.
एंड मौसी कुछ क्वालिटीज स्पेसिफिकली, जैसे आपने कहा कि शांत स्वभाव था, बट कुछ क्वालिटीज क्योंकि आप तो काफी छोटी रही होंगी, पर उस दौरान जब शादी हुई और जब तक आप उनके साथ काफी क्लोजली रहे आप दोनों, तो आपने ऐसी क्या क्वालिटीज उनकी ऑब्जर्व करी जो कि आपको लगता है कि हर फैमिली में इम्पोर्टेंट है, हर नई जनरेशन के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है? कुछ इस तरह के आपने कुछ क्वालिटीज ऑब्जर्व करी होंगी?
The big thing is that he was very family oriented. That's why उनके यहाँ इतने, especially when your बाबाजी and बाबूजी के टाइम भी इतने गेस्ट आते थे घर में, पर कभी नाक नहीं चढ़ाई, इतना सबको उठा के प्यार से, सुबह की वो जमती थी, क्या बोलते हैं, संगत बोलते, जो भी सबके आगे लोग बैठे रहते थे.
I think his big quality was that, Akhil, very many people do not have. As the time passes by, their friends change. Okay, so they become friends, and newer friends are much richer. Okay, they leave the poor one behind. Then they go up a scale. Then those rich friends are not good enough. Then the richer friends become, and they start moving. Daksha did not have. We come from a probably same kind of family as Rani came. But I know one time my nephew came. He came from the kapda aise pehenkar. But he was treated, Raksan ne aisa treat kiya jaise ki wo aadmi. No, irrespective what it was, he has been to our home also when Shadi was arranged. So this is one quality, is that he never saw in people that what is the baggage they came with. Are they poor or the rich? Person is a person. And these are personal level, because you get touched. You feel it in your heart. Now, I'm welcome here, because he exudes that thing that I'm not any different. Because you see, India में तो जो किसी के कोठी में घुसे, तो दिमाग खराब हो गया कि कोठी में भैया घुस भी नहीं सकते, चपरासी बाहर बैठा है, किसी के यहाँ किसी बंदूक लगे बैठा है. So people are intimidated. He made sure when somebody came and who is not the same status, that he's comfortable. I'm giving you a personal experience.
Not only that, he never talked to anybody, drivers, वाले जो भी काम करे, तू करके बात कभी नहीं की, तुम करके बात की. Very respectful, सिखाया शुरू से, नौकरों को भाई करके बुलाना, भैया ऐसे करके, चाचा, वो जो भी बड़े बाहर रहते थे, वो जो बुढ़े से आदमी थे, नाम याद है उनका, जो बाहर कुत्ते सबको देखते थे, और सबको भी दादा बाबा करके, तुम लोग भी बाबा करके बुलाते थे उनको. So this is how, where does it come from?
He never called me Gopal. He always called Gopal. Your mother called me Gopal. She never did.
Yeah.
But he always called me Gopal. He never addressed me. So I think this was something, little things you remember from that day. But this is the quality he had. He treated every person as a human being, nothing more, nothing less.
And that's what happened, Akhil, when he died. 10,000 people showed up there, all over, because they loved him. For humanity, what he did for those gaon wale aaya karte the unke paas. They loved him because he was there for them, So that was the biggest quality he has. Loving people selflessly, without anything expecting back.
For others, I remember one time when he came, Raj, kya naam? Arey apne Alok ke father ko leke aaye the. And he was so concerned about his patient, he has to get back. We could not even see it. Manu and I went, but he wouldn't wait for 2 days. He said, my job was to bring him here and make sure.
Surgery ho gayi thi na uske baad. Surgery ke wajah he stayed up to his surgery ho gayi to make sure he's okay.
He was such a bad weather or something. He said, I gotta go out. It was snow storm. But he left in the cold weather. We could not meet him,
I think his friends, he had gone through all the friends, right? He was so nice to them, so connected to them, So that's
एक थोड़ा आपका मौसा कभी उनसे या मौसी, क्योंकि पापा का हमने जो देखा कि एटलीस्ट एज अ चाइल्ड मेरा ये परसेप्शन हमेशा उनके बारे में रहा कि सेल्फलेस रहे हमेशा. तो बट क्या है कि एज अ मतलब मेरे को हमेशा ही लगता है कि मेरे साथ कभी उन्होंने अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स को कभी डिस्कस नहीं किया, या मुझे उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स के बारे में पता नहीं, या फिर बहुत कम पता है, क्योंकि या तो एज अ फादर मुझे नहीं दिखाना चाहते थे. बट क्या कभी आप दोनों को कभी इस बात का कोई एहसास हुआ कि वो कभी परेशानी में रहे हो, तो किस तरह उन्होंने उस परेशानी
में? He never discussed. He was that, that. बताया ना, this was in his character. I don't want to discuss the people of my problem. I want to solve their problem.
I think
So that's why he never.
I think something
See-
Gigi didn't know. I mean, he was so personal about
See,
it.
when you were looking for a school or something, to go to medical school, and I don't know what the situation was that time, money-wise, or I don't know. And I said, why did Anil never discuss with me? But he never. And sometimes it hurts. That's what the family is all about. At some time,
He was a very private person.
but
He was very private.
he would never, I told you before, he would never ask any help from anybody.
I mean, I think it was because he was his again character was that I can solve myself.
Well, he told
Yeah.
your mother,
Will be some time person, but
yeah,
I'm a certain person.
but he didn't want to bother. That was his, I will bear it to me. And I think that was it, that probably that all what happened is, that was the stress he took with him. That what was the family was going through, whatever it was, that caused a lot of problem to him, health-wise.
वो जरा सारा अंदर स्टोर करके रखा हुआ था, so.
Because if you let it out, then you release the stress, but the stress builds it, and the body can take so much. So
थोड़ा आप श्रद्धांजलि के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट बातें क्या कहना चाहेंगे, मतलब द लास्ट थॉट्स क्या आप डेडिकेट करना चाहेंगे कि मतलब हम किस तरह उनको एमुलेट कर सकते हैं, या हम किस तरह उनके कुछ जो कहते हैं ना कि फुट इन द सैंड, तो ऐसे क्या आपको लगता है कि जो उनके पास थे और जो हमें करने चाहिए और जो पूरी फैमिली को उस चीज पे एमुलेट करना चाहिए?
वो बताया ना मैंने कि I think if you could do his character, what he did for others, don't judge the people what they have, judge the people what they are. That is the most important thing. Anil had it, and I think that's a tradition all of us should carry forward. Not only you as a child, but for us also, because we tend to forget, that there are other people who have feeling you can hurt them by in your own actions. That, well, why are you here? I don't know. You are not in the same category. And this is the thing, the legacy everybody should carry. This is in human being we are missing, that we judge people what they have, not what they are.
I'd like to add to that is also that he's saying exactly what I'm feeling too. पर मैं ये भी कहना चाहूंगी कि उनकी दूसरी चीज जो है थी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट थी कि उन्होंने जो कुछ भी किया, जैसे गीता में कहा गया है कि उसका तुम वो मत करो, परिणाम का मत करो, करते हो. And I think you are following in your father's footsteps. I'm telling you that you don't have to look, we don't have to tell you anything more, because I think
What he's saying is, he was like a karma yogi.
Yeah, and you are the same way too.
Do the karma, not worry about anything else.
Right.
Result comes or not, that somebody else has had.
And another thing you learned from your dad is that value the time, just like he said, that you don't waste a single minute. I don't know, how do you do it? गाना भी गा लेगा, ये भी कर लेगा, ये पता नहीं कितना पढ़ता जा रहा है, कितनी सारी कितनी सारी तूने डिग्री ले ली है.
सारे दिन तो घूमता पड़ता है इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, इसमें ये काम कब करता है?
नहीं, काम तो करता ही होगा, but I'm saying he does not waste a single minute. पार्किंग लॉट में जाके गाना सीखता है. I mean, this is incredible.
नहीं मौसी, अभी मैं जीमैट की तैयारी भी कर रहा हूँ, बाय द वे. मेरा 19th को मेरा एग्जाम है जीमैट का, और मेरी दिस विल बी माय थर्ड पीएचडी मौसी, और ये होगी इन बिजनेस स्ट्रेटेजी. थोड़ा सा हाँ, लीगल प्लस बिजनेस स्ट्रेटेजी की सोच रहा था. तो मतलब बैक टू, मतलब मेरा एज यू राइटली से पढ़ाई कभी भी नहीं जाएगी.
But indirectly you're putting the thing too high for your kids. I hope they don't get
नहीं, इनफैक्ट किड्स को तो पूरी आजादी है कि जो करना चाहते हो वो करो.
If they have to have even achieve half of it, what he's doing, they will be successful. That's what it is. You never copy anybody.
No.
You do your best.
Right.
What the other have been successful.
That's what you're teaching them. You're teaching them. But like with Anil, you gave him the freedom to whatever he was learning. Now he's doing what he wanted to do. So,
correct.
so indirectly, you're following your father's footsteps. That's